I do want to mention that lovely Olga and our, sorry, I can't remember your name. Karen. Karen's a little newer. I've known Olga for years, but the photographs that they are taking parents will be provided an access code to an online viewing website via email. The proofs will also be emailed to your home. So if you're wondering what's happening with these photos, that's what's happening. I want to move on now to our next award. The Laura Secord Medal is our most prestigious award, presented to a student who has achieved excellent academic results, has demonstrated outstanding leadership within the school, and must have been significantly involved in athletics, the music program, dramatic productions, and also co-curricular activities. Please note, this is an important distinction. This award is not necessarily presented annually. It is only awarded to recognize our most exceptional graduates. This year, I have been given the honor of introducing you to this year's recipient. Before I do that, I just want to mention that to assist with the presentation of this award, we will be welcoming Caroline McCormick to the stage. She's a direct descendant of our school's namesake, representing the Friends of Laura Secord, a nonprofit community group established to preserve, strengthen, and perpetuate the legacy of Canadian heroine and our school's namesake, as I said, Laura Secord, a person of national significance, famous for her actions during the War of 1812. So, Caroline could join us on the stage. Now, a few words about this year's recipient. As past protocol would suggest, I'm supposed to stand up here right now and talk about this student for a little while without revealing his identity, to keep you in suspense, right? With this year's recipient, that's a little bit of a difficult task. So I took a different tack and I wandered around the school this morning and I asked some of the staff members for a bit of help. Here's what I heard from some of them. First quote, a sweet and grounded student. If I could, I would clone the kid. This student is never happy with just knowing the answers, but instead always wants to know the why, not just the what. Even yesterday for exam review, teachers were hit with questions for more insight on the material that he'd already been tested on. Exudes a quiet confidence. Doesn't say much, but when something is said, it's always insightful and concise. This student is so smart. At this school, we don't need to Google anything. We have our own search engine. And this last one, probably the best example ever of the Laura Secord medalist. Character, check. Work ethic, check. Leadership, check. Involvement, check. All areas of school life. Any idea who it might be yet? Don't say it. I think you know. Around the school, he's been involved in every single music group, music council, school sports, intramural sports, and the topic of intramural sports, this guy is exceedingly strong. I remember trying to body check him once, playing intramural ball hockey, and it was like hitting a brick wall. He's been a jump mentor, been awarded for his work in TV and video production a number of times. In the community, he leads a very successful brass band performing all over the region. He volunteers at a seniors home, he's a hockey referee, and plays a very important role for the OHL Ice Dogs. Not on the ice, but very important role. Academically, I think you've heard a little about this student. Over his high school career, he's earned a final mark of 100% on 19 of his courses. Mrs. Simpson told me that earlier. And that includes all 5 senior sciences, 2 phys eds, grade 9, 10, and 11 math, and grade 12 data management. Lowest mark ever in high school, 95%. He's won subject awards every single year and was the Kristen French Memorial Award recipient in his grade 10 year. Interestingly enough, despite the fact he has earned first-class honors from the Royal Conservatory of Music for grade 6 guitar and grade 8 piano, and 3 years ago won the gold medal for highest grade 4 guitar mark in the province of Ontario, he has never, and I say never, earned a mark of 100% in a music course here at the school. It's been suggested to me by some other staff members that perhaps his music teacher needs to attend some more assessment evaluation training. You didn't hear that, did you? I'm dead. But beyond all this, I've had a chance to get to know this year's Laura Secord medalist as a person. It began 17 years ago when he was just a small, red-haired mini sizzler who used to tag along with his dad to our annual school picnics. Through the years, I've watched him create Lego stop animation videos and wondered at his obsession with the Detroit Red Wings and broccoli t-shirts. He's now a brilliant young adult ready to take on the world with a great sense of humor and a sly smile, not the scowl for which his music teacher dad has become so famous. And I tell you, that dad and his wife must be doing something right, as the name of this year's Laura Secord medalist will soon accompany that of his older brother on the wall in the main corridor just outside my office. This year's deserving recipient of the Laura Secord Medal, I'm proud to announce, Jared Sisley. Mr. Andrew Yap to introduce this year's valedictorian.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, graduates. As you've all heard, this is an exceptional group of graduates. So their valedictorian this year has to be even more exceptional. Before we get to meet this upstanding young man, it occurred to me that, we throw that terminology, valedictorian, around. But do we really know what it means? The World Wide Web says to us, valedictorian is usually a student with exceptional grades in a class who has earned the honor of giving the valedictory or farewell speech at the graduation ceremony. Valedictorian, as was also used before, check, high marks, check represents this class very well. This honor is given because peers believe that the valedictorian will represent their entire graduating class. I believe this year's recipient fits this bill. From a teacher's perspective, this gentleman possesses the outstanding character of others before self. He's already won an award for that. Always willing to give a hand when asked. More importantly, choosing to help others. Passing on what was important to him as he took this journey through high school. We've had many conversations as I amazed at his work ethic and his ability to pass on to other students and athletes what he learned growing up through high school. He always comments that he was blessed with what others did for him, and now he's just passing it on. What a mature and genuine response from a wonderful leader. Positive leadership, as we always say, is a conscious choice of influencing others toward greater good. This valedictorian certainly does that. This just doesn't happen. It is a direct result of good parenting. Mr. and Mrs. Chan, you've done a wonderful job raising your son. So back to this year's valedictorian. That is complete E-type. Parents, please stand. Parents has participated and represented Secord in wrestling, basketball, cross country, and track and field. Senior band, orchestra, concert choir, string ensemble, chess club, deca club, school reach, and in his spare time he was a prefect and a member of the crew. Ms. Wilson told me that he was even here this morning, even after she told him not to, because this was his graduating year. Service beyond himself. Unbelievable. My question to you, Terrence, is when did you have time to do your schoolwork? Amazing amount of things that you do. Terrence's participation has not gone unnoticed, and his accomplishments include Citizenship Award in grade 6 and 8, first place in his grade 4 Lego robotics, 8th in the world in grade 7 for his tribute to his mom for World Mother's Day. Unbelievable. Gold medal in the grade 11 accounting contest. And what do you know? Chosen to represent his peers in grade 8 as their valedictorian. And now, 4 years later, chosen to represent Laura Secor's graduating class of 2015. I can't wait to see what Terrence does in the next stage of his academic career. And one last accolade is nominating Pairs Road. His wide range of involvement in the school connects him directly to the many school groups and communities, teachers, and most important, his peers. The perfect choice to represent this graduating class of 2015. Graduating class, I'd like you to stand at this time with your valedictorian and applaud.
So hello, you wonderful people. How are you all doing tonight? So to begin, I have to thank Mr. Yap for that introduction. He's been a coach to me, not only on the track, but along in life as well. And for the last time, he's not my dad. But really, in so many ways, he's really like one. So thank you so much, Mr. Yap. So I'm so incredibly honored to be chosen to be this year's past valedictorian. It's honestly one of the greatest gifts my friends have ever given me. I don't know what they were thinking, I mean, who in their right mind would let me stand and talk for 5 minutes? That's just crazy, but that's why I love them. So it's been 4 long years now. Most of us have been here for 4 years at least. Some a bit less, some maybe a bit more. But it's been a long ride, and we've all been on the same boat. Holy crap, we made it. We made it through gym class with our bodies intact. We made it through band without Mr. Sister ripping apart our throats. We made it through dangerously high stress and hormone levels. And we even managed to get enough passing grades so we can all be hanging out here tonight. And that's an incredible achievement, I think. And that's very clap-worthy. So you guys can just... So, excuse my voice right now. I'm feeling a bit sick, as you can tell. But that's okay, that just means my voice is a bit more majestic than it is normally. Personally, I've been the last 3 days of school, Oh man, they were just absolutely brutal. I mean, oh. My teachers would be like, "Hey Terrence, it's 2 weeks until exams." My response? Hey Terrence, don't forget this choir in the morning still. Terrence, they're kind of drooling on the desk. Hey Terrence, graduation's tomorrow. Oh. Like, it's so weird because I still haven't wrapped my head around the thought that we are done. Like, we're done high school. And thinking back to all those years before I actually came here, I heard some pretty interesting things about Seaport. I'm sure most of you have too. I'll give a few examples. Let's see. Isn't Lower Seaport just like High School Musical / Glee, but just in real life? Seaport doesn't have a football team, right? Here's my favorite.
We were the last year.
Isn't Seaport the place where all the gays go? Alright, I got a few things to say to that. Yes, as a matter of fact, Lower Seaport is quite similar to High School Musical / Glee, except unlike High School Musical / Glee, we can actually sing and dance. No, we do not have a football team. We're just too busy winning at everything else. And that thing about the gays. Alright, hear me out. At Lower Seaport, we have gay students attending here. We have lesbian students attending here. We have transgender students attending here. As a matter of fact, we even have straight people attending here. You know what? Seaport is awesome. It's such a diverse and awesome place to be, where we can come, be ourselves, be accepted for who we are, and that's just special. I don't know how many places in the world where you can just be like that. And Seaport's a gem, and so are its people. So let me tell you a bit about myself. I am an only child. I live in a family of 3 with my beautiful parents. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty awesome not having to share my toys and video games with any siblings. But there are times when I do wish I had brothers and sisters so we can tackle hardships together or share in the successes after our victories. Let me tell you a story. Back when I was in grade 9, a bit smaller, less buff, still good looking, I partook in wrestling. Yeah. So, if you've never been to a legit wrestling match before, you step into a ring and you look at your opponent, and they have this mentality, just right, coupled with the fact that they're wearing these ultra tight, like ridiculously tight singlets, if you know what I mean. It's pretty terrifying. So needless to say, after one of these tournaments, I was in the back of Miss Crosby's car, and being the nice lady she is, she was trying to make me feel better by starting some small talk. She's wonderful, really. And so she asked me, "How's your family, right?" So I tell her, "Oh, I live in a small family of 3, with myself and my parents." What she told me next, I kept in my heart this entire time. And she told me, "Well, Terrence, Seaport's your family now too. So get used to it." And this entire time, going to school every day, it's just, I've been surrounded by so many wonderful people. And I just can't get over that. It really is like coming family every single day. Alright, so 4 years of high school, what have we learned? What have we learned? Okay, I learned quite a few things about math, like calculus, vectors, algebra. Math has this unique ability to take your mind and castrate it. Math can do terrible, terrible things to your body. What else have I learned? I learned that when your coach tells you to run X amount of laps, you run X amount of laps. You do not ask to run less laps. You do not ask how many laps we have left. You do what you're told, or else your coach will give you more laps to do. I learned some pretty good life lessons in the English class as well. Nothing comes from nothing. Yup. Don't mess around with yak ladies. Certain people will get very mad at you if you do. But in all seriousness, I'm about to say something that really does pain me. And, like, it really does. All the challenges that we face so far at Seaport are really just stepping stones for the future ahead of us. Figuring out how to pay off taxes and mortgages will be nothing compared to that calculus test. Science tests, yeah, college, university, they're going to be brutal. Keeping a healthy state of mind and body after we graduate is going to be the biggest challenge we have. And we're graduating. We're adults now. We are stepping out into the real world, and we are going to be fully responsible for all our actions. Sylvester Stallone had this awesome speech in his 7th Rocky movie. You guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'll read it out. The world ain't all sunshines and rainbows. It's a mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Now, there's a lot of truth in what he said. It's great that we're graduating now, and it's really great to stretch our wings. But it's true, it's going to be the biggest challenge is what we do after we step out of these doors today. But, we have one big advantage. And this advantage is the fact that we are Seaport graduates. We have gone through the craziest times, and we made it through them alive. We've learned so much from our teachers, from our experiences, that we are ready to handle and take on those challenges ahead of us. So I have one piece of advice for all my classmates here today. When you're running down that track with every ounce of energy you have, or when you're studying and practicing around the clock 24/7, or when your heart breaks and you feel like the world's crashing down on you, I want you all to remember to just breathe. Just breathe. As human beings, we need to breathe to survive. Yeah, but see, when times get rough and everything starts to choke up, breathing is the first thing that we forget to do. I honestly believe that there's nothing we can't overcome. We've shown our tenacity time after time at Seaport here. So I want all my classmates here to just remember to just carry on and never give up. I challenge all my friends and classmates here, well, friends and classmates, to go out to the world and show them what we're made of. Like, we are Seaport graduates. I walk down these hallways, and in the eyes of my classmates, I saw this ferocity, talent, everything. And it's enough to really shake up this world. So please do it. Show the world what you're made of. Because you guys are awesome. It has been an absolute pleasure to have been a part of everyone's lives. I want to personally thank everyone, from the students to our loving teachers, the caretakers that take care of the school day and night. I've had the greatest time of my life here. I made memories that I will never forget. I want to thank everyone for treating me so well. You guys really are just like family to me. I want to wish everyone the best of luck, and I'm going to miss you all. Have a great night, everyone.
I'd like to invite Mrs. Karen Simpson and Mylene Pack to please come forward. In accordance with Laura Secord Secondary School tradition, a portrait of the valedictorian was drawn by Mylene this year, currently on display outside the auditorium. It will eventually be mounted on the wall leading from the main office to the rear of the school, along with portraits of all of our previous valedictorians. And this year's valedictorian, Terrence Chan, will receive a framed reproduction of this portrait at this time. Final remarks that need to be made. Many staff and students have contributed to the organization and success of this graduation ceremony. I'd like to specifically recognize a few individuals. First off, the graduation committee chair, Kim Landon, Vince DeLuca, Nicole Goodwin, and Karen Diego from guidance, Jean Roster, Kelly Liddell, Tracy Newman, for the countless hours they have spent preparing diplomas, certificates, programs, amongst other things, and also to our librarian, Janice Johnstone, who helped prepare some of those diplomas as well. Thank you to Dave Sisler and the music students, Tracy Thorpe, Patricia Ware-Matthews, and Steve Azzapardi, and Greg Staples for the stage decorations. Jenny Janke for organizing the reception. Thank you as well to Leslie Wilson for all of her help with the crew today, and thanks to Rodman Dow, our grand marshal. Extend a very special thank you to all of you, our honored guests, who took time away from your busy schedules to be here to celebrate with our grads. And as you know, the grads thank you for a lot of what you've done over these 4 years as well. They deserve to I believe, thanks to you, our graduates, for your contributions and involvement, your energy, your spirit, and your care for the school to help make Laura Secord a fantastic place to be. On behalf of Mrs. Simpson, Mr. Taylor, and all of the Laura Secord staff, congratulations, grads. We wish you well. Keep in touch. Everyone is invited to the reception on the front lawn. Thank you for coming tonight. Please stand for the recessional. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduating